Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your Heroes in a Half Shell. Gary Gordon, James Clarke, Ross Paulsen, Coleman, and Renae. Dear God. Next to me up.
Take a chair, any chair. Good morning.
Good morning. You're going to be there? Over here. It's not morning.
It is for us. Just sit.
I can be down here.
That's for number 1 in the morning. Wow, look at all these nice
Way down here.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Hey.
I want to start by saying that it's been nearly 40 years since the debut of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on television.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we were 6 years old when we started recording.
I was 2.
Yeah.
I'm curious what your thoughts were when you first read the script for the Ninja Turtles. Because it was a little off kilter for what was going on in Saturday morning cartoons at the time.
Yeah.
Well, goodness gracious, this is a weapon.
Don't you want to thank the Academy?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Hello.
But I can't lift my Oscar, as you said with a smile. Well, all of us kind of, I think, have the same experience. Townie and I were working together on an animated version of Fraggle Rock, and our director said, "Hey, I'm casting for this thing called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And we go, "What?" There was a lot of, there we go. There was a lot of, that's okay. There was a lot of bong water drinking in that bitch. I know I can say that because you guys have legalized weed here, so you understand.
Right.
But,
Legalized bong water.
bong water, nice. Buffalo bong water, which is actually my new station.
It's served with
But I was aware of the comic book. I'm not a comic book guy per se, but I had heard of it. Honestly, I don't. Barry, I think, has the best story because he thought, well, why not? Let's see what happens. And he read the script and he loved it, you know. And all of us read for every part.
Yeah.
That's okay. You good?
Is that me? Oh.
Way to go, Barry.
Thanks, Barry.
You're supposed to be the
I'll
genius.
move over here.
Yeah. Anyway,
You're supposed to be the smart one and get things to say.
You're the one who invented microphones.
I know. Is this better? It's not much better. Is it better?
I think so.
Not feeding back anymore.
Hello. All right. I fixed it.
we'll go ahead and go down the line, but yeah, it was one of those things that you just mentioned. The comic book is 40, our show's like 37, 38, and it's not slowing down.
All right.
You know, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, I had not heard of the comic book, so just like with Rob. When they called me and said you're going to read for something called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I asked him, well, I want what you're smoking.
Yeah.
Because I really thought he was pulling my leg. I really thought it was a joke. Now, you asked, though, Jeb, when we read the script, and that was a little different, because once I saw the script, I really liked it. But I thought, and actually, interestingly, it wasn't Saturday morning when we started. We started with a 5-episode miniseries that was on syndication, I think, like in the afternoon.
Which is this month. I don't remember the day, but after we did the initial 5 arc, we went stripped 5 days a week, like on the 10th of October.
Like on CW, and then we ended up, which is a weird way to go from syndication to network. And then all of a sudden they called and said, no, you're going to move to CBS and you're going to be on Saturday morning.
Or else.
And then, but you know, it was a very unusual show, but a really well-written show, I thought, and something that I was excited to be part of.
Did you all record together, or did you record separately?
Always together. Always together.
Happy together.
I know.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Mark Bowman. Mark Bowman, one of the Turtles, has since passed away.
That was a rock band in the
Yeah,
60s.
They actually both passed away.
Oh, did they really?
Howard Kalen just passed away.
Oh no,
last
really?
week.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? There you go, guys.
How about that?
They
You
were,
see what happens?
I know.
We're next.
We're still here. But, no, it's,
Oh, did you hear what he said?
what's that? What is that?
No, please no.
We will not go away.
Ever.
We all owe too much money to too many people. No, it really is just outrageous. And these events at which we have the privilege, and that's exactly what it is, the privilege of coming to meet all of you, just reinforces how powerful these characters are. And it's represented by the folks here today. We have folks, you know, probably not any older than I, but younger, certainly, and we have like 3 generations of people who love this franchise, and it's just astonishing how much joy it brings to people. It's just incredible. And then we have the most beautiful female cartoon person in the history of female animation.
So, yeah, Renae, tell them why you're sitting with us this very day in the casting.
So, you know, I auditioned, like all the guys, I auditioned with probably every female voiceover actress in
Did
town.
you read for the Turtles as well, or
I
just
did!
April?
They didn't think I fit.
And Shredder, I think.
And Shredder, yes. I was Shredder. So, so I auditioned, and they give you like a, you know, like a black and white pencil drawing of April O'Neil and get a little explanation of who she is, and I auditioned. And the director, the original director was a man named Stu Rosen, who outside of the studio was a friend of mine, was very nice to me. But in the studio he became this other thing. And so, yeah. And so first I show up, I get a call from my agent, he says, "You've got the part." I'm like, great, I'm excited. I get into the studio, and all of us, you know, we might seem like we're all 100% confident in ourselves, but we're not.
No.
And so you get into the studio and you think, they're gonna hate me, they're gonna hate me, they're gonna hate me, I'm gonna lose the job. So what we used to do is we would sit around and we would read the first script, and then we would record it after a break. So during the break, Stu says, "Renae, I need to talk to you." I'm like,
That's exactly how Stu spoke.
okay. He says, "Well, you know, you weren't my first choice for April." Oh shit. And so he says, "I played all 200 voiceovers of all the women in town, and they kept saying, 'That's not April, that's not April, that's not April.' And then I said, 'Well, I have one more, but I don't think she's April.'"
God.
And they played my audition, and they said, "That's April!"
Yeah.
So that's how I got the role.
And now Stu is dead too. So there you go.
Ouch.
We showed him, didn't we?
But Cam and Townsend at the first reading had a very interesting experience. So you want to tell them about that?
Well, they knew that they wanted Barry for Donnie and Rob for Raph, and they knew, and I've never had I've got to say, I've never heard of this kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
you audition, they like you for this thing, for this
For a
role,
specific
this
part.
character, and they
that's
were
it.
like, "Well, we want to have Townie and Cam, we just don't know who's playing what." So we get to the studio, and we knew it was just between these 2 characters. They literally went, "Okay, Cam, you're Leonardo, and Townie, you're Mikey."
But what they said was, and then we'll switch.
Yeah.
So we'll record it one way, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll record it again.
Because baby Cam was, I don't want to be Michael.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stupid Leonardo, the stupid leader. I want to be the surf guy. And I went to North Hollywood High, ground zero for this voice.
Yeah.
So I figured I was owed this role, but apparently they did not agree.
Yeah. And I didn't much care.
I was the extra check.
Yeah, that's right. I was just happy to be on the show. Yeah, I'll be the leader. I don't mind. So Tammy did
You tell
Leonardo.
it, darling.
Yeah, so Tammy did Leonardo the first pass, and I did Michelangelo.
And they said we were going to switch.
Switch. So then after the break, we started again, and I said to Stu, I said, so are we going to switch? Do you want me to do Leonardo on the second pass? And he said, no, just keep it the way it is. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said we were going to switch!
You promised. You promised we were going to trade. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
And he did
And it became the easiest gig I ever had because I walked in and to the audition, and they said, well, Donatello, we have to be honest, he's kind of a nerd, right? He's a nerdy guy. He's the science guy, and he's a nerd. So we were reading for all four. So, I was coming up with my best surfer dude for Mikey and my best
I want to hear
Clarke
you
Kent.
do Mikey.
Come on, dude. You can do it and you know it.
Come on, dude. You can do it. And you
I don't know if I can really do it the way you do it.
Sounds like
You do it
Bebop.
your way.
I do it my way, that's right. Which is kind of a New York super dude. Everything comes out of New York with me. Anyway, and I didn't even live there that long. Anyway, so they say he's kind of nerdy, so, you think, right, as a voice actor, you say, oh, yeah, I gotta come up with a nerdy voice. And I thought about it, and, I came up with something. I don't remember what it was, so don't ask me to do it, because I don't remember it. And I came up with this nerdy voice, and they said, no, just use your own voice. I mean, that's kind of a left-handed compliment, isn't it? But I got to work for 10 years. Doing my own, until they handed me Bebop, and that was so it was fun.
I had the pleasure of moderating a Fresh Prince panel a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
I wanted to know what your experience was working with James Avery.
So for me, I always got to the studio early, and James would be at the studio early as well, and he was huge.
Giant man.
He was about 7 feet tall and about
350, big fella.
5 feet wide.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't wear any shoes. He came in barefoot. And he would see me, and the next thing I knew, I was up in the air with this huge bear hug, and my feet go like this, and this fabulous laugh, incredible man. And, I didn't really know James's full background until Townsend and I went to his memorial service, where they talked about his involvement in the human rights, civil rights, Shakespearean actor, and he was a magnificent person and so kind. And I know when he got the role of Fresh Prince, he was very remorseful that he had to leave Turtles.
Yeah.
And I think Will Smith tells the story that people would come to the set to meet everybody, and of course it was James. But when they found out he was Shredder, they would just lose it.
Very cool.
Do we have any questions? If anyone has any questions, I would just ask you to stand behind the microphone.
You're doing your homage to Donatello.
That's right. There you go. Purple power.
Yeah.
Yes, Donatello. This question's for Barry. I loved your character on Shazam.
Oh my gosh.
Captain Marvel Jr.
Thank
What
you.
was that like doing?
That was
I have
your
no
nerdy-
idea.
Isn't that your nerdy voice there?
I am so old that I can't remember 1 second of that, but it was one of my earliest animation series, and I don't even remember what,
Was mid-80s.
82, 83, yeah, it was definitely before Turtles.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. I remember who directed it. There was a great guy named Wally Burr, and that was
Wally was the
fun.
director on that?
Yeah, it was Filmation, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember what. Probably my voice. I use my voice on everything. Even when I think I'm disguising my voice, I'm not.
Barry always shines through. He sneaks through any voice he does.
I don't try to, but I do.
But Barry is a brilliant reader. I mean, I have never actually seen you blow a line.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
We do all the time. But Barry.
Especially Cam.
Barry was studying.
Hey, I'm sitting right here.
So Barry was studying for his law degree, and he would bring these giant books into the recording studio, and they'd be open on his lap, and he'd be sitting there reading them, and he'd
With
highlight.
his yellow highlighter.
And then he'd look up and do his line and go back.
Oh my God.
And we
And Cam is sitting there with a coloring book, missing every cue. It's like, Cam, honey, put the coloring book away. Such a good boy. Literally. And I get upset because I would miss like every third line if I thought for a second I could look at something else. And when I miss a line, I just go. So Robbie came up with a jingle because I would go.
Well, so Rob would call him Cam the narcoleptic actor. But then he came up with his
We
great.
have because we're doing a spin-off about Cam, the narcoleptic actor. So we came up with this lovely opening theme song. It goes, Cammy, the narcoleptic actor, falls asleep whenever he blows it.
Blows it.
Cammy, the narcoleptic actor, has to get some sleep and he knows it.
Knows it.
Cammy's a narcoleptic actor. Once you meet him, you will agree. He's hip, he's cool, he looks great by the pool, got that King family pedigree. Everybody falls in love with Double C. Cam Clarke,
Yeah.
That's right. Cam's back. Townsend's
So I'm
got
sorry
it.
I didn't have a
Thursday,
better answer for
NBC.
you.
That's okay. I loved your character of Chopper on Leave It to
Oh,
Beaver.
thank you. My gosh, thanks for the memory.
And I loved you in Body Slam.
Do you guys
too.
want to have
What? Nobody loves body
Get a
slam.
room,
I
you
did.
two.
Yeah, coffee
Thank you
afterwards.
very much.
Thanks for your question.
Thanks, buddy. Good job. Hi, Peyton.
Hi, Peyton.
Peyton is a fabulous artist.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank
Yeah.
No, thank you
Oh, for what?
for all the cool art you've
Oh,
done.
that's
Yes.
awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so my question is, are there any lived experiences that you had that you brought into doing the show, doing your voice work? Not to say that you were doing backflips every Tuesday, but was there an actual real life event you had where I can pull from this?
No.
Why not? Come
You
on.
mean, were there things that we could pull from?
Our lives?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a smart ass. I just am, yeah. And the rest of me is smart too. Not smart, you know what I mean. I usually just open my mouth and change feet. But yeah, I mean, certainly, I am by nature kind of my default is to try to be funny, and it's not always appropriate. I got that. I'm learning more and more. But yeah, I am definitely more predisposed to being a little bit.
Hello, Winnie.
A little, well, witty's change a couple of letters, yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I mean, not a science nerd. I had nothing to do with science. I wasn't good in science, but I'm kind of a nerd with politics. I'm a nerd with history. I'm a nerd with musical theater. So yeah, so there was a lot of that Donatello quality that I think worked for me, you know, in bringing it to Donatello. Because yeah, I'm a little OCD. I'm that guy, you know, in a certain way, but in a different way.
I think my ADHD came in handy for Michelangelo.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think my LMNOP came in. See what I did there?
Yes.
Yeah.
But truly, Barry, as always, he's
Stop
very
talking about me.
self-effacing. But remember, Barry got his law degree while we were making, and then passed the California bar, and was the president of the Screen Actors Guild for 7 years.
While fighting crime.
Right, while being a nerd.
Every week.
So we love our Barry.
And he ran for Congress.
Yes, and he ran for
While fighting crime.
But actually, I want to thank you guys while we're talking about
please,
this,
yeah.
because you did something very special for us, and you didn't know it. But I hadn't seen these guys for 25 years. You know, because that's show business, you know, and I moved on. I didn't do as much voice work. I did other things. As he said, you know, I decided to go to law
That's the
school
way,
for
because
some
we were
crazy
getting
reason.
together every week.
And we were getting together every week. Like, oh, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got the invite. Well, anyway.
I knew somebody was missing. I just
we called Eddie Deason to be the nerd in.
Oh, thank you. Not Greg. So that's an in joke. But no, to go back to where I think I was being serious, was that I hadn't seen these guys for 25 years. And then all of a sudden, Rob calls and says, you know, first we did Talking Tunes together, and that was kind of our big reunion. And that was incredible. And then in the midst of that, we went to dinner, and Rob said, you know, there's these things called Comic-Cons. And I said, well, I know San Diego, but there's these things called Comic-Cons, and they want all 4 of us. So would you be interested in doing that? And he brought us all together. And I have to tell you that after 25 years of that gap, now we have become the same kind of brothers that we were when we did the show back in the 80s, maybe even closer.
Yeah.
And, you know, the texts go back and forth every day, and the laughs go back and forth every day. And that's all due to you.
It is.
And the fact that you wanted us, and I got to thank you for that, because I've got a wonderful family up here.
Thank you.
My sister, Renae.
After dinner, I said to Rob,
This is great.
Dean, who's going to want our autograph?
Well, not yours.
Yeah, I mean, you.
Got
Who's
it,
going to
yeah.
want your autograph?
Yeah.
We all knew, I mean, speaking for myself at least, that I had a good career. And that I would be in the book of animation, you know, probably on page 722, you know, third from the bottom. But it's because of you guys that we came to know that we were more than just in the book.
Yeah.
That we were a living history. And I never thought that this would be our third act.
Never.
So thank you for bringing us together.
Yeah.
Do these guys know your story?
No, not fully.
These kids are going to love this. I'm just going to take it away from our tears.
Our buddy Randy.
Stand up. Yeah,
Randy.
Do you know his?
I just had the pleasure of meeting him a bit ago.
Did he share you his
No.
search?
No, I haven't heard it.
Alright, so when I was a kid, just like any other kid, I thought they were pretty much real, right? So, yeah, right, they are real. So,
Well, I've had a
my mom
little
pizza one
filler
night.
in my lips, but.
My mom had got pizza and stuff one evening for us, and I grabbed 4 slices.
Wait, you
threw
gotta
them on
back up
paper
till the
plate.
first part, when you just be walking down
Oh,
the street.
Well, yeah, randomly just be walking down the street, I'll run up to sewers and scream out for Michelangelo. And trying to get the guys to come up from the sewers and spend some time. And then one evening, my mom got a pizza. I grabbed 4 slices, threw them on 2 paper plates, and went by the sewer drainage that was like next
Ran
to
out of the
corner.
house at 5.
And I would sit there and I was yelling for them and stuff. Of course, my mom's in a frantic because she didn't know I snuck out the house real quick.
Oh my God.
But I would
Your
sit
pizza's
right
getting
there.
cold, guys.
Pretty much. I got two paper plates with 4 slices, and I'm yelling for the turtles to come show up because I couldn't wait.
And the clown from It showed up.
It was you that we had to do the public service announcements for.
Right.
Because you guys were lifting the lids off those things, and it was dangerous.
I wasn't that strong, but
Well,
Oh, I thought you meant the say no to drugs one.
No.
I love that story.
It's a great story.
I thought I recognized your voice when we first met, but we were down there in the sewer, and I thought somebody was yelling for us for pizza. I thought maybe it was a dream or something. Sorry we didn't come up.
We have another question.
Thank you, Peyton.
We got a little.
Thanks, Peyton.
Hey, me. How you doing? Oh, no way. Now I recognize you. Oh my gosh. I know. Nice to see.
Question.
I apologize forthwith for this.
That's right.
Is Donatello actually the least favorite turtle?
Who paid
Go
him to
sit
say
down.
that?
Go sit down.
Who paid him to?
Go to your room.
You called my bluff. Well done. Well done.
I think Leonardo is. I think Leonardo is the least favorite turtle.
You know what? You know what? Why don't
Thank you,
be,
kid.
you can be the 5th turtle, and you are called precocious turtle.
No, I think we name him Turd.
Turd?
Well, if you don't know what we're all referencing up here,
Turtle.
it's because a fan, and I use the term loosely, but a fan came up at one of the cons to my table, and actually he was very sweet. He was very nice. But while I'm signing, he says, "How does it feel being the least favorite turtle?"
No, it wasn't you.
It wasn't you, and I almost missed with the pen on purpose. But I didn't, and I signed it, but he was very nice, and he said, "But I like you. I like you.
I don't care what anyone else
Okay, yeah, exactly." So
We
we all get those, though. You got one.
I was telling a friend about out of the mouths of fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because some folks, there isn't a filtery thing. And, I mean, mine isn't as bad as yours, but...
No, nothing's as bad as
Mr. Clarke, I just want you to know you're my 2nd favorite turtle. I had a friend who would say, "That's horrible. How do you guys take it?" I went, "We love it."
Yeah.
And at our a couple of cons ago, we had a gal standing here at the mic, and she gets up and she said, "Mr. Clarke, I just want you to know that you are my favorite turtle." My question's for Rob.
I have to tell you that I always ask, who's your favorite turtle? And I have to tell you, honestly, it's even across the board. So you may think that you put your turtles in order, right? But that's your personal list. But each time someone comes up, I ask them every time, And I always tell them that Cam's really insecure,
Yeah.
so that they should tell him that. But no, really, it's equal across the
But what we've learned over the years is that all the iterations of Turtles has their own generation and their own sort of set of fans. But more than that, the original Turtles, us four, the way they designed them with the colors and the separate weapons but more than that, the separate personalities gave kids really something to latch on to and to identify with. And so we've learned from, hearing your stories over the years how precious that is, because whoever your favorite turtle, even if you didn't have a favorite, somebody spoke to you in this series when you were a kid, and we hear those stories, and that's what's so amazing to us now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Absolutely. I have time for one more question.
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Cam, stop stealing artwork.
What's that?
Stop stealing artwork.
Hi.
Hi. I was wondering, what did you guys, how was the crossover with your Ninja Turtles and the 2012 Ninja Turtles?
Oh,
It was
so
a
much
blast!
fun.
It was really cool. It was great. Anytime you're able to work on anything that becomes inarguably culturally significant, it's an impossible privilege because you never know. I mean, you really don't. Hollywood is full of things, and everybody says, "Okay, great, I'm going to invest in this property. It's going to be this," and crickets. So you just, and again, it is really all up to you for making that happen. But to be able to work with these guys with that crossover is called Transdimensional Turtles, I think. The best example of how powerful it was to me was at New York Comic Con in 2013. They premiered that episode at a big panel. It's a huge con at New York. And when they got done with that episode, the lights came up and there were so many people going like this because they saw this 25-year gap just with these guys talking to those guys. It was just this stark realization of how long and how powerful that was to people, or that is to people. Like Townie says, it cannot be stressed enough of how much we continue to be astonished in the most wonderful way at the extent to which these characters connect with your souls. You know, a lot of you were not even around or born or thought of when this show was made. So when you're able to tap into something that subsequent generations say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna watch this," we won the lottery and we know it. So it was great.
And the neatest part was to watch Rob talking to himself. That was so cool.
I do it all the time anyway. I'm really good at talking to myself. Isn't that right, Rob? Shut up. Okay. But yeah, it was great. And I love your antlers.
Thank you.
You're just precious.
How many sleeps before Christmas?
Quite a few.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Rob Paulsen.
Hi.
Now, I don't have anything to ask, but I do have a favor. Just like you were gonna give Molly's regards to Donovan Harewood and Ian Ziring, will you please give my regards to Seth Green, Sean Astin, and Greg Sykes?
I will be happy to.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very
Greg
kind of
Sykes,
you to ask.
what a Michelangelo there, huh? I mean, he is Mikey.
He really is. If you guys ever have the pleasure to meet Greg, he always brings his beautiful little doggie. He's called Wingman. And he brings his doggie with him all the time. And Greg and Wingman live on the beach in Venice. And there can be a drug bust 5 feet away. And Greg is doing this with Wingman on his lap, and they're meditating right on the beach. And he absolutely is Michelangelo. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
How's it going, dude? He's also Beast Boy on Teen Titans.
And Iron Fist in the Spider-Man series with Drake Bell.
Drake Bell, yes. And I will definitely send your lovely thoughts and regards along to all those folks.
Yep.
And Sean Astin is our new
President.
SAG president,
Sean is
so
the SAG.
SAG-AFTRA president, yeah.
And Seth Green too.
And Seth Green too. Yes, sir. I sure will. Hi.
Hi. Okay. My question is, speaking of turtle crossovers, there was a 2009 crossover to the 2003 Turtles and the 87 Turtles. I know you guys didn't do it because it wasn't union. So I was wondering if it was union, would you guys do it?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's lovely that folks ask us things. Would you ever consider doing this again if it came back? Look, we're all good at our jobs and we managed to find a way to make a nice living. However, the hardest part about this gig is getting the gig.
Right.
Once you have the work, it's just absolute joy.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
bet.
have-
Yeah, I know how voice acting.
Yeah.
I have to add with the, just cycling back to the no filters and shows and getting them and stuff. I had a gal at the last con come up. I just saw you on blah, blah, blah. Why on earth would you take that job?
Oh my God.
It was, that show was horrible and you are so much, you are above that kind of material, Cam. Why did you take that?
Yeah, I think I know that.
That's right. It's nice to be able to work on things that become this and they become so ubiquitously popular everywhere. That is a pleasure, but
And then there's Body Slam.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all, we gotta work.
I liked it.
Yeah. I'm glad, no, I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you. Every once in a while, people say that they did.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I like your Mighty Ducks jersey. Very cool.
Hi, it's me again from
Hi.
yesterday.
Hello.
Well, I couldn't resist wearing my Mighty Ducks jersey because Mighty Ducks is my favorite cartoon. Well, my question is, well, Mr. Paulsen, what inspired? How did you get the part for Throttle from Biker Mice from Mars?
How did I get it? I auditioned for it, and it was kind of the guy who wrote the show was a guy named Rick Unger, and I remember at the audition, as I was leaving, I kind of smiled at Rick, and he said, "I know what you're thinking. It's not turtles, it's mice, and they don't eat pizza. They have hamburgers or hot dogs." And I said, "Yeah." I go, "Dude, if Biker Mice is like 1/8 as popular as turtles, I'm gonna retire." And he did. He made $250 million on Biker Mice because Turtles has made $8 billion, and it takes Cam 6 months to make that much money. Right. So yes, I auditioned along with Dorian Harewood and Ian Ziering, and that show's coming back too.
It is?
Ryan Reynolds is producing it. I don't know yet. I'm not sure if it's going to be Ian and Dorian. However, Biker Mice is coming back.
Wow.
This is the era of the reboot, man.
And Ryan Reynolds is producing.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds
Crazy.
like Biker Mice, and he's a motorcycle guy, and he's Ryan freaking Reynolds. So we can do a show.
Wow.
Thank you very much. We got one more quick one, sir. We got to wrap this thing up on the break.
Okay, so,
You're doing just great. Take a breath. You're doing just. There you go. Excellent. 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 Okay.
well, I'd ask about Mighty Ducks for you guys, but I know you didn't do too much work on it, but it's still one of my favorites, and, well, you guys, you, Mr. Paulsen, the voices you did were awesome,
Thank you.
and Mr. Coleman, Kennard was awesome.
Great.
The best.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. You did a great job. Turtle power.
I just like to know, what was your favorite moments in the Turtle series? Stand out?
So my favorite moments was working with these amazing actors. I would leave the studio and I'd have to go get a massage for my face.
There are shops in Hollywood who do that.
Yeah, because I would be laughing so hard that my face would hurt. They came up with so many wonderful lines, and they would, like, Pat Fraley would write down little things on pieces of paper and hand them to the guys with these amazing lines, and try this,
Yeah.
try this. It was such a joy. I always describe it as, it's as if your parents would drop you off at the playground and they'd say, you see that? That's a sandbox.
That's right.
You can go in it,
Yeah.
but don't throw sand. And then your parents would leave and the sand would go flying. And that's what it was like in the studio. It
Great
was
fun.
brilliant.
You might have been speaking of the show itself, but I would have to agree that it was the in-between.
Yeah.
The best part was everything that was going on when we weren't recording. It's how we gelled. It's when the silliness came out. It's when I would fall asleep and someone would make a jingle about my new hit sitcom.
Well, thank you very much for the questions.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
before we let you go, I do want to ask you, Rob, I was wondering if you were pondering what we were all pondering.
I think so, Frank. But if Jack's black and Becky's white, is Marvin gay?
Guys, please give them a round of applause.
There's something that we want you to help us with.
Yes.
We're going to count to 3, and we want the convention center upstairs to hear our turtle power.
Ready?
Okay? Ready?
Ready.
Go. 1,
2,
3.
Oh my gosh. Glad you were here today. We're probably not going to see so good. Is this the first time you've ever We'll be back.
Thank you, Liz.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, more for Dean's sake. Better for Dean's sake. Yeah.
They're going to go to lunch. We're going to see you later.